I am always looking for ways to kick up my salad. And the reason I do that is because, let's be honest, salad can get boring sometimes. And you really need ways to, liven it up to stay healthy. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make some suya salmon. Also Salmon Suya, any way you want to put it. The salmon with suya spice on it. Now to do this, you're going to need 6 ounces salmon fillet, a handful tarragon, 4 tablespoons AfroFoodTV meat rub, a quarter of a red onion chopped. So I have a salmon fillet, a 6-ounce salmon fillet, and I'm going to cut this into 3 big pieces here. I love working with salmon because it has all those healthy oils in them, and it's very delicious when done right, when done well. And I tell you, suya seasoning on salmon is out of this world. It's really, really good. Now, before I start my salmon, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut little pockets in them so that I can be able to add a lot more seasoning and a lot more flavor into it. So I'm going to use my knife and then just run it into onto the flesh of my fish. Now, you don't want to go all the way in. You just want to go midway. When you're cutting it at a bias. So you're making like a little pocket in there. I can be able to stick something yummy in. Now we've already cut our incisions into our fish. It's time for us to work on our pockets, things that we're going to be placing in those pockets. I have a handful of tarragon here, and tarragon goes excellent with fish. Whenever you're cooking fish, think tarragon. It really brings out the flavor of fish. So I have some in here, and I'm going to be taking off some tarragon leaves to work with. I'm just running my finger down the stem of the tarragon plant to get off as much leaves as I can. And I'm going to need about 2 tablespoons full for this amount of fish. I'm going to do a rough chop, okay, to cut that into little tiny pieces. It's a very rough chop, nothing too spectacular, nothing too thin. Okay, so we have our rough chop. It's time to load the pockets of our fish. So I have my tarragon in here. Just going to load that in here. I'm also going to add some onion pieces in that pocket as well. So tarragon and onion. And I have the skin left on the back of my salmon because when salmon is cooked, by the time it's cooked in the oven and you bring it out, the skin tends to stick to the bottom of your pan, which is okay. I like all the flavors and all the nutrients to stay in the fish. So I like to have it with the skin on when I cook. I prefer that. But there's some people that like it without the skin. If you were going to fry that, pan fry that or something, that would work. But if you're going to be baking it, keep the skin on. It keeps all the nutrients and flavors in the flesh of the fish. So we're going to be using some AfroFoodTV meat rub on this now. I love suya. Suya meat rub is a combination of roasted peanuts, some spices in there, garlic, ginger, hot peppers, and the spice is incredible. So what I'm doing right now is I'm sprinkling some suya meat rub on my fish, and I'm just patting the spices into the fish, into the flesh of the fish. And I am not shy whatsoever with the amount of suya rub that I'm adding on here. The more the better. So make sure you coat every open surface. And there we have it, guys. We have our salmon. And here we go. We have our salmon with our tarragon and onions and suya spice on it. I'm going to be baking this in an oven, 350 degrees for 20 minutes. Fabulous. Our salmon is ready. It looks absolutely delicious. I wish you could smell this. It smells so, so good. It smells really good. And I bet it's going to taste just as good. So 5 minutes to cool down, and then it's ready to serve. It is lunchtime for me. Let me tell you, would you look at that? It's just absolutely gorgeous. I have it on a bed of lettuce, and I just have some light vinaigrette on that. Now it's time to taste it. Let's see if the magic is in there. It's a sin not to try this recipe. I promise you, it's a sin. This will work perfectly for anyone that's trying to lose weight or trying to live healthier. This is the way to go. So remember, whenever you're trying anything, try African, especially in the kitchen. From my kitchen to yours, enjoy.